What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And as you can see, we have a Balena Etcher window here in front of us. And what we're going to be doing is, of course, we're going to be flashing the Nobara project, in other words, Nobara OS to a USB, and then we're going to be doing a fresh install of it. What makes Nobara different from every other distro is the fact that it comes with a ton of kernel patches for performance, for gaming, and content creation, including Steam Deck support. Right now, there's no audio on Steam Deck, and they are working to fix this. glibc is patched, of course, for easy anti-cheat to work with Rogue Company and a few other games. So if an easy anti-cheat game will work, it will definitely work on Nobara. Nobara is also the distro where you will be able to get League of Legends working with literally no difficulty whatsoever, thanks to Glorious Eggroll's own custom wine and for League of Legends. X-Wayland has been patched with a fix for locked FPS on some systems. This will automatically install your Nvidia drivers. This comes with Blender, so you have FFmpeg support and HIP support for AMD GPUs and Nvidia GPUs, of course. DaVinci's Resolve has all of its dependencies already installed, so you should have no issues with that on AMD or Nvidia. OBS Studio has a ton of stuff pre-installed, which is nice. It's OBS 28. Wine is basically provided by, Fedora, so it's nothing special. Proton can be installed by Proton UpQT, which comes with the distro. It has its own version of Discord. I won't be using it. I'm not a fan. I'd rather use Discord screen share and audio. You do have Flatpak support enabled by default. Nautilus has a bunch of stuff, which is cool. Yum support extended, so it's a desktop, basically front-end GUI for managing packages. It is slow and funky as hell, but it works. RPM Fusion's enabled by default. You have Steam, Lutris, Mango HUD, Kdenlive, Only Office, printer support. I have no idea what the hell this is, but it's there, or this, but it does stuff. And this is pretty much the end of what we're doing. So let's go flash from file. Downloads. This is the one. Select the target. That's the drive. And now we wait. Yeah, I've been running it since it actually came out. Since basically the very first version came out. We're going to reboot. And I'm going to hope to God that my capture card will be able to capture the reboot. As you can see, it is doing its thing, which is nice. See, this is a really cool thing about Linux. You get a live environment. You're able to mess around with the distro to find out if you like it early. You can even game on some of them like Endeavor OS or Manjaro, which load the Nvidia drivers. So this is the end of content installer. Loads of people don't like this. I think he made it so it's dark themed and it does not look good at all. So we're gonna hit done. That's me. What advanced stuff do we have? So yeah, we're good on that. We don't need to mess with that. Installation destination. So currently it's processing. Date and time is correct. Please complete the mark stuff. I will. All right, so now we can select the drive, and I believe it's this one. This is the one we're going to be using. So we're going to hit custom. We're going to hit done. Now today is kind of cool because I had to move my Windows bootloader from this drive here over to my actual Windows drive, and I found a really easy way to do it, so I was very excited. So we're just going to delete all of this because that's the old Nobara. Be careful what you do with this, okay? And I'm gonna go with just standard partitioning, and we're gonna see what it makes us. So yeah, all right, we're gonna go with this because not many people know what ButterFS is, and I doubt many people will trust it, but this looks absolutely horrid. What did you do to the installer? Is there any way we can change it back to light mode so that we can actually have a good look at this instead of it just being ugly? No, it's not working. I'm gonna remove, no, actually I don't need to do that. So we have 2 boot folders. We're gonna hit done. We're gonna hit accept. And we should be good to go right about now. So we created our user. We added our root account. To add the root account, trust me, you're going to need it for some things. We've added our wired device. We've added where we are, keyboard language, everything. We just hit begin installation. That's it. Installing Linux is just so ridiculously easy these days that anybody can do it. Literally anybody. If you are a somebody, you can do this. Now, I'm going to pause. This installation is pretty straightforward. It's going to create the drives. It's going to format what it needs to. Then it's going to install everything it needs to. And then we're going to reboot. Okay, so guess what? We got to reboot now. The installation is done. So we're going to go here. We're going to hit reset. And we're going to boot into the OS for the first time. Now, Fedora is really bossy. So it might boot directly in there instead of Windows. So there's something for you. Let's try that. Now the reason I'm doing the video this way is so you can see a start to finish setup. I believe that is the best way to introduce a distro to somebody, is to show it from start to scratch on real hardware. And I've always wanted to do that. So drivers aren't installed, so the mouse is a bit jittery. No thank you. Alright, so we're in. This is what you get. It'll automatically update the drivers. I'm gonna hit no. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to go into terminal for, why is this here? Oh god, they really uglied up the dock. I want to do sudo dnf update. Okay? I want to grab the newest stuff. It's going to check for the fastest mirrors, determine your host, and it's going to install everything. Because I want to make sure to have everything just the way that it should be before we do anything. That way, less chance of an issue. Now, this does take a little bit, but I do have music on. This is Zelda music from Lofi, which is really nice. So I will be linking that directly in the description below if you end up liking the music. The reason I play it is because sometimes I stop talking and I want you guys to still be entertained. So we're going to hit yes. And it's just going to update everything that it needs to. There's not much to update, so it's going to go really quickly. There's the new OBS 28. Ooh-wee. And once that's done, we restart. And then we boot back in and we hit yes to those Nvidia drivers. I gotta check out what's changed, because the last time settings should always be at the end, not at the beginning. This should have been part of the dash, like this. That should not be there at all, and neither should the package manager. To be fair, if anything, since we're on GNOME, that should be there. And I believe this should be there as well, because these two work in tandem to one another. That should be there. And is it done? It is done. Okay. Now, updates might go a lot slower for you. I do have a very fast download speed. Remember that. And you should be, honestly, good to install everything. Now, while we're waiting, I'm going to open this up and introduce this to you. This is, turn this off, Extension Manager. So it allows you to install things. So that's going to control my user themes. This is going to control my extensions that I'm about to install. This makes it easier, actually. Before I do that, if you see here, that shows no information at all. Now, when we click it, you have all of this. See that? It's pretty cool, isn't it? And we want a few more extensions beside this. I am a dash to dock kind of guy. So that's this one. Boom. And I want arc menu. So not only am I setting this up for you guys, I'm setting this up for myself. Application volume mixer. Now, this one makes it so we can have a volume mixer built in, and that's something very, very important to me. We want just perfection. So this makes it so we can customize the OS. And the last thing that I want, and it's a good one. Actually, it's not the last thing that I want, but I want it nonetheless. Tray icons were loaded. And blur my shell. Where are you? There it is. Alright, so now we just got to reboot. Before we do, though, I want to show off Just Perfection, because I do want to get everything done before I end up booting in the next time. I don't like the app menu. It's ugly. With this, I usually just go to 3 and 0. The clock position always to the right at a 9. And for the dock, I always put it at 32. And the last thing I do in Dash is I go up, we turn this off, launcher behavior, move here, turn that off, appearance, because the dots are out of place, so I want to fix them. And that should be it. We're good to go. There's one last thing. There's always one last thing. There's always going to be one last thing, right? Like that. That way we don't have this huge mess, okay? And here's the cool part. You can reboot from here, or you can reboot from here. Huh? Not bad, huh? Alright, so it's getting about that point where everything's set up. I just want to show the Nvidia driver installation, and then I'm going to go record a whole bunch of game clips for you guys to watch. And I won't be talking through any of them, so you guys can sort of get a an understanding about the gaming performance. But the Nvidia driver part is definitely very important. Oh. Connected. What did it just connect me to? Windows. That was the weirdest Windows restart ever. So, we're going to be clicking this. And I love how every time I unpause something, a coding overload happens. Good job, Nvidia. You failed at life. So what we're going to be doing is hitting S. And it's going to gather the information. It's going to update the repositories. And it's going to start installing something. Now, there is currently an issue. And it could be fixed primarily by installing a certain firmware. I believe it's Nvidia Driver firmware, whatchamother it. I'm going to have to find it from user Jan. Okay, cool. I use that. I'm going to go down some. I'm trying to find this message so that we can definitely have this fixed before it's an issue. You know, we're just going to try it. Sudo dnf install Nvidia GPU firmware. Let's see if that brings it up. Oh, it's already installed. We're good to go. Okay, well, I guess we don't need to fix that. Now, this is how easy it is to install Nvidia drivers on Fedora. Well, Nobara. When it comes to anything else, it's a bit of pain in the ass, you know, but with the Arch installer, that's pretty much simple as clicking it, it installs it, it's done. Or my shell needs to be adjusted a little bit while you guys watch this. I'm going to be doing this. We're going to be going to panel, and I want to customize this, make it a little blurrier, make it a little brighter, and that's it. Dash, I don't mind. See how it's broken? Watch this. Crank the brightness. Bring it down just enough so that when you don't even notice, but there is some blur. Isn't that cool? Applications, you can also add custom applications. Like if I wanted to, I could do that or that. And that gives it a transparency blur effect. See it? It's kind of cool. And it adds to your effect list. Like, watch this. See? Transparent now. Get out another window. Boom. That's got transparency going on with some blur. Not bad, right? We're actually just going to barely do it. Now, when we hit reboot, we've got drivers. Anyway, I'm going to go get to recording some footage. So, I figured we'd set up Steam real quick, just to go along with this whole setup thing. Because Steam is important if you're new to how Linux works. Oh god, it messed up the way my displays are yet again. Let's fix those. Where does it have 3? No, it's like this. Can you just stay over there? You're so indecisive, my friend. There. People think that setting up gaming on Linux is hard. It's not. It's never been difficult at all, and it's gotten way easier. Give me a second. Yeah, it's just gonna do itself. Rounded corners, that's not the one. We want this one. Done. Now everything is rounded corners. So log into existing account. Remember your password, but before we do, what we want to do is go to Proton Up Qt, which is right here. And what I want to do is add version, and we're going to add the newest. It's going to download, and it's going to install. And I'm good. Now you could do the same thing for Lutris if it saw that Lutris was open for the first time. So where's Lutris at? There it is. We're going to open up Lutris because I want to make sure you guys have the best. Everything looks good with rounded corners. Really nice. So Lutris is up and open, and we can exit it now. And we will have to restart this program, so I'm going to quit it. We're going to open it up. Lutris, add version, install. Now, if you're a League of Legends player, as I mentioned before, add version. And there's your LOL version. So these are the ones that you want to install for League of Legends, okay? And I don't believe there's been one in for a while. Yeah, right there. So those are the ones you're going to install for League of Legends, okay? Ooh, there's the newest, actually. I believe he just released one, and you're going to hit install on that as well. That way you can play League of Legends without any issues. Okay? So we're going to install, we're going to log in. Don't mind me. I like to be careful. A friend of mine just got hacked the other day somehow. I don't know how the hell they pulled it off, but they tried to steal his whole life, and I do not need that to happen to me, because that would be very annoying. I like having my life. You know, my life is nice. So next thing, we need to go and deal with settings. So we go into Steam Play, we enable Steam Play, and that's it. You hit OK. It's going to ask you to restart Steam. Once Steam is restarted, we can select Proton GE, and we're pretty much ready to install any game that we want and have some fun. So there we go. Once again, it's always the same thing. Settings, Steam Play, and Proton GE. Hit OK. Restart. Now, Proton GE has lots of game fixes. It's really nice. It's got one for Guild Wars 2 as well, in case you want to not use your Steam account for that. So that's it. That's how easy it is. And then we just grab a game, hit install. Create desktop shortcut. Yes, please. I don't really have a desktop, but it'd be nice to have it in there. And then games can get downloading very quickly, hopefully. Okay guys, that's the end of the video. That has been Nobara OS. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. You'll find a way to download Nobara OS in the description below, and I will see you guys next time. I know it's only 2 games, but I ran out of hard drive space. It's only a 256 gig SSD.